how do we know that it's not only the right words that were written on those ancient documents, but that it's true?
Luke goes to lengths to demonstrate that his narrative is placed within an actual time and location. In the first 3 verses of Luke chapter 3, we are not only given 7 historical characters that mark out the beginning of the ministry of John the Baptist, but within these 3 verses alone are 22 historical references to locations and people that have been verified by archaeology and ancient literary sources outside of the Bible. This places Luke's account within a historical framework, making sure his readers know he's not merely making up a story, but pinpointing when and where these events actually took place in history. And the Gospel authors do this in multiple different ways, with names, locations, as well as with accurate plant and animal life related to the areas within the narratives they are describing. The Gospel authors get these types of facts right, even when other ancient writers of the time don't.
It's the details that make the difference. The Gospel authors are going to lengths to try to communicate that what they are saying is history. Right at the beginning of the Gospel of Luke, in his preface, he says that he's writing up an orderly account. That term, account, that he uses in the original language in Greek is the same word that other ancient writers like Josephus and Lucian use when they talk simply about how to write good history. The Gospel authors, they want to make sure you know that what they're writing is not just important, but that it's actually true. One of the most important ancient writers within this time period is a guy named Tacitus. In Tacitus's Annals, Book 1544, he describes what the Christians are doing and believing in that time, and he says that Jesus Christ was crucified under Pontius Pilate. But he describes Pontius Pilate as being the procurator. Now, that is actually not the right description of what Pontius Pilate was. You know, in 1961, in Caesarea Maritime, there was a stone that was found, which is known as the Pontius Pilate stone, which has the title of Pontius Pilate, governor of this area. But you know who gets the right title for Pontius Pilate? Luke. Luke, in his gospel, accurately describes and uses the correct Greek term for Pontius Pilate being the governor of Judea. This is something that one of the most prominent ancient writers during that time, of which we know most of our information, or a good portion at least of our information, about who the ancient emperors were, he gets this title wrong, whereas the gospel authors get it right.